Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Z. I'm a clinical psychologist specializing in transgender care. Welcome to my channel. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do so. It very much helps me by pushing my content out there. It helps everybody else to find it. So your subscription is the best way you can help support me creating this content. So I'd very much appreciate if you like, subscribe, comment underneath the video if it resonates with you. Not to mention, I read everybody's comments and I love engaging with all of you. For today's video, I want to address all of you who are in some kind of relationship. Maybe you have kids, maybe you are in marriages or long-term partnerships, and you are experiencing gender dysphoria, and you have the classic relationship narrative holding you back, which is, if I transition, that means that I am being selfish, and I'm being selfish toward my family and my kids. Again, if you have no kids, then just family. Oh boy, I don't even know when this narrative started to perpetuate, but I'm here actually to twist it a little bit, and I'm here to offer you two very big points to consider, which are, if you don't actually do, again, any elements of transition. I don't know what transition might be for you, how far you might want to go, but let me rephrase it. If you don't step into your authentic self, here's the two things that, in my opinion, you're doing that end up being very selfish, not only towards yourself, but towards your family and your kids. I'm going to flip it around. It's always easy to say that if you transition, you're being selfish and you're not considering your partner and your kids. A lot of times, don't shoot the messenger. A lot of times, as a psychologist, I do see a lot of people use it as a shield to protect themselves from doing anything about gender dysphoria. A lot of times, I see people use it as a way to self-sabotage themselves and as a way to avoid taking little steps. Because it's easier not to confront yourself if you have sold yourself on a narrative that if you were to take little steps, you're being selfish toward your family and your kids. And if you're not taking those steps, you sacrifice yourself to family and kids, and isn't that a noble thing? I'm going to argue it is not a noble thing, and you're not sacrificing anything. No offense. If right now you want to throw X at me, go ahead and throw X at me. I'm being very honest with me, and you know that I'm very honest on this channel and very upfront with all of you because that's what you deserve. You are actually being very selfish, in my opinion, not only towards yourself by not living your life to the fullest, but towards your family and your kids. And here's how. The first way that you're being selfish by not living your authentic life toward your partner is this. And there's actually a multitude of things embedded in this one thing. First of all, your partner deserves to be with somebody who can be truthful and honest about their core self-identity, especially when it relates to gender. Secondly, your partner, if you're living with gender dysphoria, is sensing something is off. I made a video where it's very common for people to be very angry, raging at the byproduct of living with gender dysphoria, and then have the rage disappear once they stepped into their authentic self, and their partner even gets surprised what happened. So don't fool yourself. When you're living with gender dysphoria, you're not the same person as if you were living dysphoria free. You're still a person living under a tremendous amount of stress and strain and tension and anxiety and dread, all of the things that dysphoria brings to the table. And that undoubtedly breeds to stress and undoubtedly breeds to issues, among which is anger issues. And so, do you think it's really fair to your partner to be maybe sometimes even target of your issues, but maybe sometimes just being exposed to part of you that blows up sometimes, so part of you that is stressed sometimes, maybe the part of you that wants to drink a whole bottle of wine just to forget you have gender dysphoria. Can you see how living with gender dysphoria is actually being awfully selfish to your partner because they don't get the whole you? They don't get the authentic you. I know without a doubt, coming out to your partner is one of the scary things because a lot of you are afraid you're going to lose your partners. But even if you do lose your partners, don't you see that you're opening up a door to finding a person who is actually going to be in a relationship with you, the whole you, not just partial part of you, and how incredibly important that is. Additionally, the other way you're being very selfish toward your partner is intimately. A lot of you, I know for a fact, tend to dissociate during intimacy, during sex. The reason why you dissociate is because you're confronting your physicality. And if you have dysphoria, you're not going to be comfortable with your physicality. As a result, you're going to dissociate. Or you're going to be fantasizing about yourself as the gender you envision yourself to be, the genders that you feel comfortable yourself to be. Your partner senses the distance. Your partner senses the disconnect. And then it makes your partner create a narrative script inside of their heads to come up with assumptions about what is going on. I had couples I worked with where a partner would tell me, for 10 years, I have thought that they were having an affair. I can't believe that it was dysphoria this whole time. I have thought they were just sleeping with somebody else. That's not fair. And it's not fair to you and it's not fair to your partner. Another way you're being selfish toward your partner is that living with gender dysphoria, one way or another, still corrodes relationship. It still does. It corrodes intimacy, it corrodes communication, it corrodes just being fully open. It does. So these are just one of the main ways, and it's many, many others more, where you're not living out to your fully authentic potential self is actually selfish toward yourself and your partner. Now, for those of you who have kids, how is you not doing anything selfish toward your kids? Well, here's the thing. Dysphoria occupies a tremendous portion of your mind. When you struggle with gender dysphoria, it doesn't matter if it's mild or severe. It is like having a fan in the back of your head that is operating and is running itself on wheels 24/7. Part of your subconsciousness is constantly trying to find a way to cope, to quiet, to subdue the feelings of dysphoria that might pop up. Because of that, because of constant ongoing internal battle in your head to try to quiet the noise of gender dysphoria, not only it takes a tremendous amount of energy out of you, but it prevents you from being fully emotionally attuned and present with people around you. And that, my dear, includes your kids, and that includes your partner, and that includes the rest of your family. When you can't be emotionally present and attuned to people around you, you can't build meaningful connections. And sure, you may go on vacation with your kids and you may have things that you do with your kids. But if you're doing them on autopilot without even realizing, and that's is gender dysphoria, your kids suffer. They're missing that connective element. I had so many people tell me that their kids feel more connected to them when they came out. Again, remember, coming out and living your authentic self doesn't mean you have to go for the whole shebang, but it just means being truthful. I have clients I work with where they're out to their families, they're out to their partners, but they're not really ready or don't think they want to do anything about it. And so we're working about finding healthier coping ways with dysphoria, but at least they're becoming more connected, more like start building a closer, more intimate, honest bond with their partners. And that's, my friends, is priceless. It is priceless, that connection to somebody else. So when people tell me I'm not going to take any steps toward my authentic self because that's selfish, I say no, the opposite is true. You not taking steps is breeds and leads to even more selfishness than you realize. And I know as hard as it was listening to this video, for those of you who are in this position, it's really important for all of you to hear. Because by preserving, by thinking that you're preserving your family, your loved ones, you actually indirectly end up hurting them more. And that's not good. That's not good for you. It's not good for them. Comment below, share if you are in a position where you are holding yourself back because you feel like you are afraid you're going to be selfish. Comment, share your thoughts. If you were in this position, what helped you turn around so that others can see and get the support? Comment below, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.